Hi, this is George Shamoun from georgekc.com and from the Linux Commands for Beginners group on Facebook. I am the admin. In this video, I'm gonna go over the file permissions in Linux. I just wanna run an overview, and there are a lot of details that you can go through in a course or a book, or you can do your own search on the internet because there are a lot of intricacies and a lot of details to the file permissions and ownership. But I'm gonna go with the basics so you'll get an idea about files in Linux and their permissions. So let's say I want to check first. To check a file, you have to be in a directory where the file is. So let's say if I do this ls, so I have test file 1 that I created last time. So I want to check the permission for test file 1 or others. So what I do, you can do a listing switch L or option L, which will give you more details, and you hit enter. So this is test file 1, this is test file 2. Now, we're talking about the files, but even though the directories have permission to, but let's keep this video for the files. And I think the directory permissions are similar to a file. So if you understand the file permission, you will understand the directory permission. So first, you have to look at the left column of each line whenever you do a listing, a long listing, and -L. So whenever, and this is these are the permissions for the directory, and these are the permissions for the file. So first you look at the first character here. If it's a D, as in David, it means it's a directory, and if it's a dash, it means it's a file. And sometimes you see other variation like L for link, C or B for devices, but let's keep it now to the simple file, to the regular file, where you have the dash in the beginning. So this dash will tell you this is a file, and then you will have 8, actually 3 plus 3 plus 3, which is 9 characters. 9, they call them bits, I think. Those are they set the file permissions. So what you can do with a file, and each set of 3 is dedicated for one person, actually for one entity. So for example, the first 3 are for the owner of the file, whoever created the file. So in this case, it's me. And the second 3 character or bits in the permission is for the group that the user, the owner, belong to. And then the last 3 are for others. It means anybody besides the owner and the group where the owner belongs, anybody else outside those 2 entities, they have the last 3 bits for permissions and or ownership. Actually, permission, not ownership in this case. So first, and each one can be RWX. So the R is for read. It means if you see an R, it means you can read the file. W, you can write to the file. As we said, the dash does not do anything. And if you see an X, like this one here, X, it means you can run or execute the file, the program, but the program has to be executable. You can't, for example, execute a text file which doesn't have any commands or anything. So again, the file permission are the first 3 letters for the owner of the file, the second three letters or characters are for the group, and the last three are for others. And when you look at the first character here or bit, if it's dash, it means it's a file. If it's D, it's a directory. So, and when you do a listing, do ls space dash l, it will give you more details, because if you run, let's say ls only, I'm gonna show you now, it's gonna give you just the names of the directories and the files. But if you do the dash l, it will give you more details. It's gonna list more details about the size, when the file was created or modified, and what directory it belongs to, and it will give you the file permission. So and those file permission, the R, W, and X, can be numbers. Sometimes you see a file with permission 755, for example. So that will that can be numbers too. But I'm not gonna go in details now, because I can't remember exactly how the numbers goes, because I haven't done it in a long time. I haven't. But this is an overview, a basic overview. This way you know how they're allocated and how many characters and what do they mean, each three, and that you have RWX. That's the main ideas you should know about. So that's it for this video. If you maybe in the future I will cover the directories, but I have the feeling they're very similar, because they have their RWX, but they might be slightly different. So I'm gonna have to look into it more. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions, please submit them in a comment. And as always, I'm gonna upload this video to the Facebook group and to YouTube. And if you're interested in joining my email list to get email updates and tips and sometimes discounts about my course, go to georgekc.com/freeguide.html and sign up there. Add your email address and your first name. That's it. Thank you very much.